Hello, fellow citizens. We will be covering a variety of topics. Our first topics are the elections. They have become quazy this year. And considering we are down to the final candidates, Obama has sadly become a lame duck. Aww. Lame duck. Since he's reaching the end of his term, our Quack team has represented this through sorrow by carrying this. Here at Quack, we are following the elections very closely. Here is the debate between Trump versus, I know what you're thinking, Donald. Here at the Quack studio, I have with me none other than Donald, who is also a well-known presidential candidate. Today, I'd like to interview Donald. So, Mr. Donald, are you a politician?
I am not a politician.
Okay, as we can see. Here in the Quack studio, I have no other than Mr. Trump. Hello, Mr. Trump. Nice to meet you. How's it going? Okay, nice to know. Today, we will interview Trump, also a presidential candidate, I might add. Now, Mr. Trump, are you a politician?
I'm no different than a politician running for office.
Okay, seems very obvious. Okay, do you listen to other people?
I do listen to people. I hire experts. I hire top people, and I do listen.
Okay, so Mr. Trump, do you think you listen to people?
I believe that I'm speaking with myself. Number one, because I have a very good brain, and I've said a lot of things, but my primary consultant is myself.
Okay, so that means you only listen to yourself.
Basically.
Okay, so do you think the public will be happy with this?
Of course, they love me.
Okay, very nice to know. All right, do you consider yourself to be provocative in any case?
I don't want to be provocative, and in many cases, I try not to be provocative.
Are you sure about that?
Positive.
Are you positive about that? Like sure?
I am 100% sure.
100% you say? 100%?
No, actually 200%.
Whoa! We have a 200% by none other than Donald. That's pretty crazy. Okay, next question. Do you love provoking people?
I do. I love provoking people.
Okay, so provoking people makes you happy.
Yes, there's truth to that statement.
All right. Are you an environmentalist?
I am 300% positive.
Okay then, if you are an environmentalist, do you recycle? The public wants to know, do you recycle?
I do. I bought this from a thrift shop.
Okay, nice to know. That head of hair looks very nice. I do compliment you.
Thank you.
Okay. What are your views on global warming?
I believe that it is very expensive.
Do you believe it's a hoax?
Yes.
So that means you just said you don't believe in science.
Basically, that's what I just said. Yes.
Okay, very nice to know. Okay. Do you consider yourself to be a know-it-all?
Fortunately, I don't pride myself on being a know-it-all.
Are you sure about that?
Positive.
Okay. All right. So, do you consider yourself to be a smart person?
Always.
Okay. So you consider yourself to be a smart person all the time, is what I'm saying. Can you give me a percentage on that?
100%.
Okay. Moving on. So, how long do you think it would take you to learn something?
Well, it took me an hour and a half to learn about missiles. Basically now, I know everything about it.
So an hour and a half is plenty of time to learn about something.
Not really. Other people would take like a whole day,
Oh.
and it only takes me 1 hour and a half.
breaking news. Donald Trump can learn everything in an hour and a half. Okay, that will be your next segment. Stay tuned. Okay, next question. Would you consider yourself pro-choice on abortion?
Look, I am very pro-choice. I hate the concept of abortion. I hate it. I hate everything that it stands for.
So you just said you hate abortion.
Absolutely.
So you think mothers out there who are standing out in the clinics to get their abortions done are stupid?
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Now, getting into something very serious. Dun 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 dun. So, do you support abortion?
I am very proud to say that I am pro-life.
Pro-life. So that means you do not want to kill babies.
True.
Okay. Justin, Trump is not a killer. Okay. Okay. Does the United States have any enemies?
Perhaps.
So you're telling me you're not sure?
I didn't say that.
Okay. Sounds like you're being too provocative.
Not really. Are you sure?
Well. Quack only had time for that much. Thank you, Mr. Donald. And you have a wonderful day. Last question. Do we have any enemies in the United States?
We are always happy when old enemies become friends.
So you're saying we should have good relations with other countries?
We should. We should all be happy.
Okay. And that wraps up our segment with none other than Trump. Thank you, Mr. Trump.
Thank you.
You have really firm handshake.
To present a more fair and balanced approach as per the equal time rule. We will now move on to the next segment by the Quack team in the Quack studio. The Hillary versus Clinton.
I have in the Quack studio none other than Hillary. A presidential candidate, I might add. Now, Mrs. Hillary, I am going to ask you some questions during this interview. And please answer all these questions truthfully. Now, first question. Do you support gay marriage?
Well, I believe that marriage is not just a bond, but it is a sacred bond between a man and a woman.
So, between a man and a woman, correct?
Yes, between a man and a woman.
Okay. Here at the Quack Studio, I have the one, the only, Mrs. Clinton. I will interview her today, and starting off with the first question. Do you support gay marriage?
I do. I support gay marriage for lesbian and gay couples. I supported it personally and as a matter of policy and law.
What's your position on the Wall Street crash?
Well, I represented Wall Street as a senator from New York, and I went to Wall Street in December 2007. Before the crash we had, I basically said cut it out, quit foreclosing on homes, quit engaging in these kinds of speculative behaviors.
Okay. What's your position on the Wall Street market crash?
Now, who's exactly to blame in the housing crisis? I think there's plenty of blame to go around. Homebuyers who paid extra fees to avoid documenting their income should have known they were getting in over their heads.
So it's the home buyer's fault?
Yes.
Okay. What is your position on NAFTA?
I think on balance, NAFTA has been good for New York and America.
Okay. Lastly, do you support NAFTA?
NAFTA was a mistake to the extent that it did not deliver on what we had hoped it would.
So NAFTA was a mistake?
Yes.
Okay. Mrs. Hillary, I've noticed that you've been on your phone this entire interview. Not only do I find that rude, but what are you checking on your phone?
I'm checking my emails.
Your emails? So, can I put these emails on our news segment?
No,
Why not?
because they're my personal emails.
Okay. Now that ends our discussion with Mrs. Hillary. Only time will tell who can see Mrs. Hillary's emails.
Time will not tell. I will tell when somebody can see my emails.
Only time will tell. Before we end this segment with the lovely Mrs. Clinton, I would like to ask, What are you doing on your phone?
I'm just looking at some pictures.
Some pictures? Are we really sure that you're looking at some pictures? What proof do we have?
Yeah, look, it's a picture of my dog. He's so cute.
I don't see a dog. Was that the sound of an email coming into your inbox?
No. It wasn't. Look, it's empty. My inbox is empty.
I see numbers in the inbox. And that wraps up our segment with none other than Mrs. Clinton.
Now that's a bunch of quackery. This election is shaping up to lead this country into another quazy direction. Our candidates don't seem any more promising than our current lame duck. Now let's see what status Obama has to say about all this quibbling as we ramp up for the general election this fall.
I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president. And the reason is because I have a lot of faith in the American people. And I think they recognize that being president is a serious job. It's not hosting a talk show or a reality show. It's not promotion. It's not marketing. It's hard. And a lot of people count on us getting it right. And these are the folks who I have faith in. Because they ultimately are going to say, whoever's standing where I'm standing right now has the nuclear codes with them and can order 21-year-olds into a firefight.
Reporting live from the Quack satellite studio. Here today, let's talk about none other than global warming. So, NASA has created this website titled Climate Change, How We Know. Apparently, candidates like Donald Trump have not seen this website, and they simply say global warming is a hoax. And on this website, NASA has clearly titled in bold print, like black font, all caps, bold print, a section called Evidence for Climate Change that is compelling. After looking at this title, we are aware that Donald Trump fails at doing a simple Google search, because this article pops us as the first link on this page. Trump doesn't believe in NASA either. So under this section, multiple pieces of evidence are outlined that indicate that global warming is real. Face the reality, Donald Trump. It's real. It's real. It's real. Okay now. Despite a Google search, the Huffington Post has examined Trump's arguments and have put them under the entertainment segment. The entertainment section of this article. Okay, that was enough entertainment. But Trump also states, and I quote, "So I'm not a believer, and I will, unless somebody can prove something to me. I believe there's weather. I believe there's change. And I believe it goes up and it goes down and it goes up again. And it changes depending on the years and centuries. But I'm not a believer, and we have much bigger problems." Now, Trump, all the American citizens know here that the one thing that goes up and down that everybody knows about is none other than the stock market, because that's all American citizens really care about. Introducing our star reporter, Quinini, who has been through heaven and hell to get the latest scoop on all the quack in the world. As is obvious, she stops at nothing, nothing to share the honest truth with you, our viewers.
This is Quinini, live from Times Square, here with a fellow New York citizen. So, what do you think about Trump?
I support Trump wholeheartedly. And if I must say, it is very cold in Times Square. It is 20 degrees, negative 20 degrees outside. And I must say, he supports global warming, and so do I. so cold outside. I'm an old lady, and I need someone. Global warming, Trump. Global warming, Trump. Global warming, Trump.
Jordan!
Oh look, a Trumpeteer!
They look really
Today, we are talking about the national debt. We also have a special guest, especially chosen because of her broad perspective and many years of experience. Please welcome the lovely Luna Lee.
Woo! I love you, Luna!
Our next topic is debt. It seems like an ominous shadow is looming over the White House. What is it? What is it? What is it? Let's take a look. In 1 year, the national debt grew more than $300 billion. That's more than I can count. From 17.8 trillion in 2014 to about 18.1 trillion in 2015. In the 2015 fiscal year, the government planned to spend another 3.9 trillion. Seriously, what is Congress trying to do to our national budget?
And don't try to say that we spend the same amount every year, and that it only looks like it's getting bigger because of inflation.
Because we know that's not the reason.
But really, are they just trying to spend more money for the fun of it?
And are they always reconsidering tax rates just to let that strip dinosaur give the White House some shade? Shade?
Well, if the dinosaur got big enough, it would provide enough shade that they wouldn't have to worry about air conditioning in the summer.
Just beyond the Capitol is the national debt.
Whoa! Wow! There's something huge, red, white, and blue that's grazing in D.C. It's gobbling up the taxes that are paid by you and me. It doesn't seem to notice we really can't afford the billions that it's costing us to pay its room and board. It doesn't roam, but seems content to dwell on Capitol Hill. As long as trucks keep pulling up with tons of greenback bills, we got to feed the big guy. We really can't forget. It has an awesome appetite, Tyrannosaurus debt.
Andrew, let's go to the tower.
I don't feel like it.
Please. Please. I'm gonna get you.
Okay. Nice one, hard hat.
Oh,
That tower is ugly. I don't like it.
well, we don't have money to make it bigger, do you?
We can always print money.
Oh my gosh.
Look, see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's make some money.
How do you make money?
I don't know.
Well, you gotta print it first. Gotta print it and have it certified tender from the United States Bank. You see? This is $1.
Okay.
This is $1 for to make it better. There you go.
We have all heard of increasing the minimum wage. Well, let's take a look at the adverse effects increased minimum wage can have on workers. What would you buy with an increased minimum wage?
I'll buy In-N-Out.
Clothes.
I would buy more rubber duckies because look at this guy. Isn't he cute? His name's Roger.
Family house.
Food.
Cheesecake. Clothes.
I'd buy a car.
Concert ticket.
I would buy more toilet paper and put it in my backpack because there's never enough toilet paper at school for some reason. Where does it all go other than the toilet, but it seems to run out so fast?
Reporting from the Quack Satellite Studio. Our topic, minimum wage. We've all heard of increasing the minimum wage, But let's take a look at the adverse effects increasing wage can have on workers from Luna.
Well, as shown in the labor market here, as the minimum wage increases, the demand for robots in the robot market also increases.
What adverse effects does this have on the average individual?
Well, more robots would be employed while people work less.
Basically saying that robots are hired and you are fired.
I have an important announcement for everyone. So Luna, considering you're my only employee, I'm sorry to say that you're fired. And I have hired a new employee, Mr. Robot.
Beep, 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 beep. Quack Studio with another topic, social programs. And here I have with me today, Luna Lee. So in terms of taxes, Trump says, and I quote, "I know people making a tremendous amount of money and paying virtually no taxes, and I think that's unfair." So what do you have to say about this, Luna?
Yeah, he totally disagrees with evading taxes, except for him, since he disagrees with what they do with this money. He tries to pay as little taxes as possible, but I mean, he doesn't hate anything. We don't have to change the president's salary. It's fine just the way it is.
That's it, just fine the way it is. Okay, so another thing that Trump said, and I quote, "I want to get rid of Obamacare and get you something great." So what do you got to think about this?
Yep, something really, really, really great. But he has no idea what that is yet, so don't ask. He is no different than any other politician, so he has no idea what he is doing.
No idea what he's doing. Absolutely no idea what he's doing! And that is social programs. Here with another topic, drug trade. So ever since El Chapo has been in the news, people associate his name with an escape artist. As the Huffington Post calls him, El Chapo is a sociopath that escapes prison. And the American citizens, with all this media coverage, finally know how to pronounce his name. It's not El Chapo, it's El Chapo. Mexico has recently given permission to have El Chapo extradited to the US. Now this is some serious news, extradition. But is capturing him and putting him in American prison really going to solve the drug trade problem? Is it really going to solve the drug trade problem? Is it really? Obviously, it's not. It's not at all. Not at all. So, rather, his little henchmen out there are going to provide drugs to people. His dream of having drugs in every person's household is still going to be there. It's still going to come true. Now let's take a look at the operation of his little henchmen. Another exclusive report from Quinini. Well, after that report, moving on. Next topic, surveillance. Americans were in the dark the entire time. All along, we thought Santa Claus was the only one spying on our children. But turns out, he's not the only one. But recently, we found out that the NSA, our own government agency, is spying on us like this. It knows where we're at, 24/7. Wait, is that the camera that's filming? Tapped by the NSA? Is it? Is it? Mommy, I'm scared. On the U.S. domestic surveillance website, they have cited a partial list. Keep in mind, that this is not the whole list. It says partial list. Partial list. Number 1, the NSA watches you and can track your internet searches.
Oh, man.
Number 2, websites that you visited. Emails received and sent. Social media activity. Videos watched and uploaded online. And blogging activity. So, actively monitoring these mommy bloggers. But what have they done besides rant about being a mom? Is that a real problem, NSA? Is it? Photos viewed and uploaded. Mobile phone GPS location data. Mobile phone apps that are downloaded. You know those people out there who are downloading those Kardashian games and emojis? Busted! Text messages sent and received. Skype video calls. So basically, me talking to my dad on Skype is going to be recorded. What? Credit card and debit card transactions. Wait, don't parents already do that? Let's see. Online purchases. Ladies out there who are spending their money on Michael Kors purses. Busted. Computer toll records. What are those gonna do? Smart passes. Oh yeah, so that time when I was at San Francisco on this bridge, they know how many times I passed that? Is that really useful information, NSA? Really? And the NSA also knows about my health records. OMG. NSA knows I have high blood pressure. Just shoot me now, please, do it. After this hefty, partial list, the NSA goes on to say that people, we really care about you. But do they? I don't think so. But for our viewers, it's for you to decide. Do they really care? And I quote on their website, on the NSA website, it says, "We treasure the US Constitution and the rights it secures for all the people. In a world in which privacy has become illusory in so many areas of our lives, the Domestic Surveillance Directorate maintains the highest standards of integrity and lawful actions." So knowing that I have high blood pressure is integrity. I don't know. Doesn't sound like integrity to me. Your private data is safely secured using our custom database software called Cloudbase, which has fine-grained security to control access down to the cell level. So what does that mean? Is my information really that important to you? Is what I watch on TV, like House of Cards, really important to you? Is it really important that they know what I watch on cable and what I record on cable? I've had enough with the NSA. I don't know what you think, people, but the NSA and what they're doing is wrong. It's quack, if you ask me. Since the NSA and what they're doing is really bugging me, I've invited a fellow citizen to talk about and tell me what the NSA is exactly trying to do. Okay, so I like to ask you, when the NSA says they can view the emails sent and received, what do you think about that?
Well, maybe they can finally go around that subpoena they had to get for Clinton's emails, and they can finally see them.
Ah, you're right. Okay, I get you. All right, moving on. What do you have to say about social media activity?
Well, now the NSA is just like any other person who views social media, who can see anything that you do, because it's not like it's really that private anyway.
Fair enough. All right, and lastly, what do you have to say about educational records? They can check those.
Seriously, educational records? They have to know that I went through each grade in school that the government already owns?
So I'm just as confused as this fellow citizen. That's why they need all this information. Here at the satellite studio, I'm here with this respectable elderly woman to talk about something really important: Social Security benefits. As the age to receive pension keeps increasing, from 62 to 65 to 67, yada, 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 Americans are left wondering what they can do when they get old. In order to discuss Social Security benefits, here I have with me a respectable elderly woman. Hello, how are you? Are you really enjoying your life?
It's Quack. I hate it. All this time I worked as a back-breaking farm worker, and it literally broke my back. But after working, I am not receiving enough Social Security benefits. I get $500 a month. What am I supposed to do with that? Buy some food?
What is she supposed to do with that? Buy some food?
Or pay my rent? We old people want to enjoy life, but it seems as if the American government, by raising the age to receive Social Security benefits, just wants to slog people till they die, and then keep all the money that we fellow citizens have cut off of our check and our life. My joint hurts and my back is broken, and with the money they give, I can't enjoy life. Like they show in commercials with those old people in the hover-rounds enjoying the Grand Canyon.
Enjoying the Grand Canyon. I do feel really sad for you. What's wrong with the American government? But before we, try to blame the American government, let's have someone escort her. Would you like to be escorted?
Yes, please. Young man, please escort me. My wheelchair is broken.
I hate my life. I don't get paid enough to do this.
Not getting paid enough at all levels. But we all need to remember, Social Security benefits are really important. And especially for people here, like this respectable young woman, is the unstable region of Iraq. And any politician who tries to master this will fail. Reporting live from the Quack Satellite Studio, we are talking about today foreign policy in the unstable region of Iraq. Trump said as president, and I quote, "There's nothing I would rather do than bring peace to Israel and its neighbors. Generally, I think it serves no purpose to say you have a good guy and a bad guy. Just make sure that he doesn't have to actually do anything about it. Peace is a good thing, generally, but not always, because he totally wants to go to war with ISIS." Voter fraud. Iowa, February 1st, 2016. Hillary, is she gonna make it? Is she gonna make it? Where are the votes swinging? I feel a breeze. It's so cold and swinging. She made it by 4 votes. That was the margin between Hillary winning Iowa versus Sanders winning Iowa. And she did it. 4 votes. It's voting fraud, according to the Huffington Post. Voting fraud. As it is, Americans' votes are suppressed when it comes to the presidential election, like the Electoral College. But now these votes are being rigged by just 4 votes, the slimmest margin ever. Hillary wins Iowa. That is just total quack, if you ask me.
Thank you, Quack Host. Now, what really happened? So, beginning in Iowa and climaxing with the holy mess that created Arizona, the Democratic presidential primaries have been a crazy race cycle of electoral shenanigans, cynical rule bending, and outright voter suppression. So, allegations of voter irregularities in favor of Clinton began with the nation's first vote in February 1st. Clinton had to win Iowa. A loss in Iowa would have been devastating to her campaign and would have likely resulted in a momentum shift in media coverage and voter enthusiasm in favor of Bernie Sanders. Clinton was declared the winner by the slimmest of margins, even though multiple reports of election rigging were claimed. Now, back to you, Quack.
I quote Hillary Clinton. Everyday Americans need a champion, and I want to be that champion. What is she a champion of? Wrinkle cream? Odd hairstyles? Pantsuits? The most interesting emails in the world? And the biggest known scandal since Watergate? Benghazi? And whatever happened there? We still have no idea? Well, before this, people probably didn't even know where it was at. So thank you for increasing our knowledge about world geography. Continuing our segment on immigration, we invite a fellow American.
So about immigration, how would Clinton address that?
Okay, so Hillary says, and I quote, "I would create the first ever Office of Immigrant Affairs." We all know what that means.
Yeah, she's like, I'm totally gonna pretend I care while not actually really doing anything and just spending some more government money.
So how much would that add to the national debt? The smallest large government agency, the Environmental Protection Agency, was supposed to spend $11 billion in 2010. The largest Department of Defense was supposed to spend $664 billion. Most of the others were between 40 and 50 billion.
Only 40 and 50 billion?
Just only, yeah. Just 40, 50. No, nobody cares. Now, according to the very reliable source, even the experts can't agree on the total number of federal government agencies, commissions, and departments.
How reliable is this source?
It's really reliable. Okay. Trust me, this is from the Quack Studio. How does the government issue detailed reports on things when we don't even have a detailed report on the structure of the government?
Hey, did they just forget to turn in their verification form? They're just like, hey, we're just spending some government money, sitting in this really nice government office, air conditioning, it's pretty nice actually. Playing with some red tape from my government office starter kit. Has some coffee, very important.
Need some caffeine
and,
today. Kicking your life.
A little paperwork. Okay, a lot of paperwork. Wow, there's a lot of red tape in here. And it doesn't even have scissors or pens or anything to cut all this crazy red tape with. It's just everywhere. Oh well. I guess we'll just keep spending some more money until we can find some scissors.
Introducing our star reporter, Quinini.
This is Quinini reporting straight from heaven, here with Jesus himself. So we are here to talk about the scandalous statement that Mr. Trump has made. So he said, and I quote, "I never liked Jesus because I don't like socialist losers." So, Mr. Jesus, what do you think about this statement that he made?
You know, at first I was offended because I don't agree with people with orange face and fake hair who wouldn't have it without me because I created all that stuff. I don't agree with their statements. But then I was thinking, I was actually at the barbershop, I was getting my beard trimmed, and I was so upset I forgot to tell him to stop, and now I don't have a beard. But you know what? That guy, loser, he wants to talk about losers. Jesus didn't create anything crazy. He did, right? God doesn't make mistakes, but Trump does. Trump is the one. I'm sorry, hold on. It's my dad. Hi, Dad. My dad's God. Hi, yeah. Oh, I know. You can smack him down wait till after the elections, and you hit him with a bolt of lightning, okay? Give him, he already has bad hair, so you can't get him. His skin's already messed up, so don't give him that. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so, you know, if he wants to build a wall, how's he gonna build this wall, huh? Where did all the people come from that he wants to build a wall? I don't agree with him. This dude, first of all, he's orange. Jesus does not make orange people. Sure, they get sunburned. Sometimes they're out too long. They use the wrong suntan lotion. He is orange. How can you ever believe anyone that's orange? Build a wall? What kind of crap is that? Who's gonna build this wall? Orange people? There are no orange people. Just orange Smurfs, but they're blue. Just the weird ones are orange. Yeah. So I don't believe socialist loser. It takes one to know one, sir. And that's all I have to say about that right now. I'm a little upset. I don't want to cuss. Can I cuss? I'm Jesus. I can do pretty much anything I want. No cussing? No. But I would like to say it's all quack to me, man.
This is Kunini reporting live from hell, here with Mr. Devil. So recently Trump has stated that he has a great relationship with God. How does this make you feel?
This makes me feel horrible. This is all quack. The fact that he says that he has a good relationship with God means that he has no relationship with me, the devil. And he has no right to burn under this tree for eternity because he's not even fit for hell, let alone heaven. He can go have fun in heaven with his God because he has no place in hell.
Reporting live from Capitol Hill, we're presenting an exclusive close-up view of the inner workings of the Ways and Means Committee in the House of Representatives. It's so secret that they don't even know we're here. Shh. Wait, is this legal? Is it legal? Anyways, let's listen on what they're saying.
The first session of the Ways and Means Committee is now called to order. What are we talking about in this agenda today?
The budget is on our agenda today.
The budget is always on our agenda.
Well, I've been looking over the numbers, and it isn't enough money. It isn't enough. We need to spend more money.
Well, we're trying the best we can. We can only gold plate so much. And if we offer any more to social programs, Congress will eat our heads.
It isn't enough.
Aren't we supposed to be trying to save money?
You aren't an incumbent, are you?
I was elected just this year.
I see.
Soon learn the ways of the Ways and Means Committee.
I will build a great wall.
Woo,
And
Trump!
nobody builds walls better than me. Believe me, and I'll build them very inexpensively. I will build a great wall on our southern border, and I will make Mexico pay for that wall. Mark my words. Make America stupid! I mean, great again.
Yeah. Many people have already experienced the Great Wall that Trump has built, the wall between himself and the American people. He says that he will build this wall inexpensively. Well, the American people cried in uproar that he should build it himself since he's a billionaire. Trump mentions that he will have the Mexicans build this wall. But what makes him think that people who want to come to the U.S. will build a barrier for themselves? It seems like a whole bunch of quack to me. If you ask me, let's see what the fellow Americans think.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Do you want to build a wall?
So, do you want to build a snowman or do you want to build a wall?
Build a snowman.
Wall.
I want to build a snowman.
It's so cold outside, so of course a snowman.
I don't support Trump, so of course we're not going to build a wall. We're going to build a snowman. It's going to be icy water here, but icy water is better than Trump.
We need to build a wall.
Vote. I'm for Donald Trump forever. DTF.
Here at the Quack Outdoor Studio, as established by the candidates Clinton and Trump, the elections are one word: quack. And it is because of this American citizens have decided to vote, wait for it, a third-party candidate who looks like he'll sweep the votes. Some of the viewers may be looking at me with surprise because they don't know of such candidate. But let me tell you, Quack has some secrets that the other media outlets
just don't know. That candidate is, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Am I increasing the suspense? Wait for it, wait for it. It's Kumi. Kumi! As said by Tarzan. Let's see what Kumi has to offer.
My name is Mahanes. I am the Vice President of the United States of America. I am giving my solid endorsement for Kumiko Haynes, no relationship. His legal name is Kumiko and his stripper name is Kumi. President of the United States, yes! Sing it loud, boy. Go Kumi, go Kumi, go Kumi. He would like to run for president because he can set you free. Vote for Kumiko Haynes. He'll set you free. Free indeed.
Thank you, Kumi. Now to wonder who will be the next president.
What are the ideal traits of a president?
He should be responsible.
A president should be respectful.
Loyalty.
Respectable. A good leader.
Sincerity, honesty, integrity, calmness, confidence, wise.
To be honest, responsible,
Good listener.
honest,
Their consideration for the people of the country.
An ideal quality for a president is somebody who does not destroy America. Thank you, Jesus.
So, who do you want to be president?
Kumi.
Down with Trump. Down with Hillary. Down. No, we want a president whose name is Kumi. Kumi, 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 Kumi.
Kumi. Kumi for president.
Kumi.
Kumi. Kumi for president. Yeah.
Kumi for president, the lesser of two evils.
Kumi for president!
Yes!
Kumi for president!
We want Kumi, 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 Kumi. We want Kumi, 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 Kumi. Do we want Trump?
No!
Do we want Clinton?
No!
Do we want Sanders?
No!
Do we want Cruz?
No!
Do we want Kumi, 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 Kumi.
The voting places have closed. The votes have been counted. This is the moment that the entire United States has been waiting for. Citizens have been jumping up and down to wait and wait and wait to see these results. Exclusively provided by Quack. We are the first media outlet ever to provide the 2016 election results. I know everyone is waiting and waiting and waiting. I won't increase the suspense much longer. Waiting, waiting, waiting. I'm just kidding. I'll tell you. I'll let you know. So, are you ready, America, to see your 2016 candidate? And it is Kumi with 100% of the votes. Look at that pie chart. You know what it is? A landslide victory. The United States has never seen a candidate receive 100% of the votes. Usually people say more than 50 to 55% is a landslide. Well, what does this look like? An avalanche, if you tell me. An avalanche. And there it is, folks. Quack has covered the entire election. And we have our winner. None other than Kumi. Yeah!